Welcome to my ankle stability routine, and this is for specifically if you notice that when you're running or you walk down the stairs, or even if you're just walking around and every time you take a step, everything else feels really stable, but your knees, either they feel weak or wobbly or something. This is very specific for that. Or if you're just recovering, or you have just recovered from like an ankle sprain or strain or something of that nature, this is gonna be really good to help strengthen up muscles in your ankle and also help with a little bit of balance. So that's what we're working on with this video. This first exercise, what we're gonna do is foam roll our calf muscle. We wanna get it so that the muscle is kind of primed and ready to be strengthened, and best way to do that is with a foam roller. So we're gonna take the foam roller and I'm going to put this on my ankle. I'm gonna cross my legs over, lift my butt up off the ground, and then roll up and down on this calf muscle. All right, so this is the 3 muscles in the back of my leg that I'm rolling right now, and we are specifically rolling this, not stretching this. I note that because when we stretch, we're actually it's almost like encouraging looseness to happen in our ankle, and some of that looseness that we create from stretching in this particular situation, not always, in this particular situation, is what causes some of that instability to begin with. So we're not stretching, very specifically foam rolling. And so that's good. We're going to switch legs. And this doesn't need to be for very long or very intense. And there it is. And there's a little opener to specifically, again, foam roll my calf muscles. Just getting them ready and primed up to be doing some exercise on them. This next set of exercises for your ankle are going to be just some movement. So I'm actually going to sit down for this. And what I'm going to do, move my cord over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my right leg first. So I've got it out. I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to do some circles. I'm going to do 5. And each time I go, as long as I'm not in pain when I do this, every circle, so there's my 4th circle, I'm gonna try and extend further and further out, all right? Now I'm gonna reverse directions, and every time I do my circle, further and further out as I go. This is me using my muscles, and last one, to create more stability in a circle from my ankle. Next thing I'm going to do is my other leg. Let me do my other side. My foot's out and doing some circles. And remember, I'm trying to get further and further out every time I do this. And now back the other direction. Every time I go, bigger circles. That includes this up part right here and that down part and side to side parts. There it is. All right. This next one is a little, I just gotta pay attention just a tiny bit to it. So what I'm doing is, I'm gonna do my right foot, and I'm gonna keep my heel on the ground. Now when I move my foot, it's just gliding on the ground, all right? So I'm not picking my foot up and moving it or anything. It's just, I'm putting most of my pressure onto my heel, all right? So I'm gonna put most of my pressure onto my heel, and then moving my foot this way. It's almost like my foot is pivoting around my heel, but I'm not bringing it up into the air, right? So I'm not doing this. I'm just lifting it subtly and then going, that's about as far as I can before I start to turn, all right? So I just want to bring it to here and now start to move it out. So this is all I'm doing. And again, you do this as long as it's comfortable, there's no pain, keep doing this. And I want to do this 5, and this is, I believe that's my 5th already. There it is. I'm going to switch to my other foot. Again, my heel is on the ground. I'm going to go out first, and then in. Moving out. There's 2, and then in. So again, this is using my muscles in my ankle that actually are all the way in my foot, and they actually travel all the way up here. That's where the muscles are that do this. Some of them end right here, but if that's where you're noticing it, is right around here, that's right. That is right. All right, and so there's our ankle mobility exercises. That just means the movement of the ankle to increase some circulation and get the muscles again ready for some more exercise. This next group of exercises are very specifically for strengthening your calf muscles and strengthening your shin muscles. So the way that we use these, so the way that we're gonna do this is broken up into 4 different exercises, and all gonna be a little bit different. So this first one is what we call a calf raise. I'm actually gonna walk on over to this wall over here. And you can just get a side view from me over here. I'm actually holding onto the wall, and what I'm gonna do is, if 2 feet feel pretty good, that's good. The next challenge is up on 2, and then down on 1. And then the next challenge is actually on 1. So I'm just gonna show you this one for now. And it's going to, you actually wanna take this to 10. And you'd want to end at the ball of your foot. You don't want to do something like this. It's all the way up. And the last one, here it is. Great, I'm going to do my other side. All right. Now this next one is going to be seated. Well, the next 2 are actually going to be seated. And this is what we call a dorsiflexion strengthener. Now, that just means if your foot can move in these different directions, dorsiflexion is just literally pointing your toe up. So that's all we're going to do, is just focus on bringing my toe up and then holding it for 5 seconds and then letting it come back down. We're going to do that 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring it down. So that's 2. Good, that's 3. Next one is, there's 4, and now last one, 4, 5. Great, now I'm gonna do my right side. Whatever. And here we go. 1, extend your leg out, sorry. 1. Now the key to this one is to actually, like bring your toe up as much as you can. Like try to bring your toe to your shin is the idea. As much as you can. Three, 4, 5, and now the next one. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. This is it. Following exercise is for a muscle that's a little bit deeper in the back of your leg, and it's very similar to how we did the calf raise. It is different. But not by that much, but it's different enough to where it warrants its own exercise for it. So I got an 8-pound weight here, and I'm gonna put it on top of my knee. And what I'm gonna do here is I wanna make sure that my ankle and my knee are lined up, so I'm not out here. My knee's still bent, but I want my ankle below my knee, and then this is right, not on top of my knee here, but just, you know, on the top of my thigh. From here, I'm now gonna do a calf raise. And this is it. I'm gonna take this to 10. Again, this is different enough from the other one that it does warrant its own exercise. And last one, here we go. And there's my 10. I'm gonna do my right side. Just gonna keep it, just gonna match it with my left because that felt really good. And here we go. It comes on up. This is also one where we're not trying to, that's not getting the effect. We wanna control this. We wanna have this nice and controlled the entire time we do this. You don't want the weight to move you. You want to move the weight. got 2 left now. And there's number 10. All right. Finally, the last exercise of these 4, which we're going to do a superset of, so multiple sets of this, is actually balancing on 1 foot. So it's where our ankle has to actually react to our body in the environment. So for 30 seconds, I'm going to hold myself on 1 foot, balance the best that I can. So I'm right here. Oh, don't pull the cord. And so if you can notice, my ankle is just firing like crazy. Just all these small muscles, all these nerves are just firing like crazy, figuring out how to hold my balance on my ankle. And 3, 2, 1, and now I'm going to switch legs. And here it is, on my 30 seconds. And so this is a balance stand, but if you can see what's happening again in my ankle, as I'm trying to maintain my balance, all these muscles, all these nerves, they're all just firing like crazy to keep me balanced and creating more stability in my ankle. And 3, 2, 1, and there it is. So that last superset of 4 exercises, you want to do that 3 times, and pretty much to 10 on each of them, with the exception of, well, 10 on the calf raise, and then the seated calf raise, that's actually called a soleus raise. So 10 on each of those, but then 5 with a 5-second hold on your foot coming up, and then 30 seconds of balancing on each foot. And again, you do that 3 times, and you start to hopefully pretty quickly notice a significant change, or at least some change in the stability in your ankle. Hope you enjoyed.